Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So tonight me and Lawrence are off to the press night of Calendar Girls at the Lowry. We've kind of been invited to their press night, so our tickets were gifted. We're really looking forward to it. I've never seen this one before, so really interested to go and see what it's all about, and I'll give you a full review of the show once we get home. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this little video. We've just arrived at Lowry, however the bridge is closed, so we've got to walk all the way over to the other bridge to get over, so it'll take us a little while to get there. Never mind. So we've got to walk all the way up to this bridge now to get across, so it's got to walk. I've never ever actually been up to this bridge. I think I'll walk all the way around. It's going to take ages. So we're just on the other bridge now, and this one's really shaky. Quite shaky bridge, but there's a nice view of the theatre there. But yeah, it's quite a walk round. We've got to walk all the way around there to the front of the theatre, so it's going to be like another 10-minute walk. Just walking past the BBC bit here. Never really come around this bit of Media City. Children in need though. And here. Ooh. I think we've been round here once actually, because I remember showing Alice the thing. There's Bugsy there. BBC studios there. CBBC. They've got like a little Upsy-daisy statue. But yeah, we very rarely come around here. I've got to walk all the way around there now to get to the theatre. So we've finally made it to the Lowry. Literally took us 10 minutes to walk all the way around. But we're here now, so we're going to go and head in. It's 10 past, it starts at 1:30, so still got plenty of time. So we just picked our programme up from the press desk, now we're just heading to our seats. So we're going through door J today. I think we're on row L, seats 4 and 5, so yeah, just through this. Okay, so we're just heading in now. So we're on row L, seat 4 and 5. Okay, so we're now in our seats. We're on row L. I'm in seat 5, and this is the view. I think it's a really good view actually from here. It's not as side on as I thought it would be, so yeah, good view. So it is now the interval, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. The story's good. I'm not that keen on the music. I don't think the songs are that great, but yeah, I am enjoying it, and I'll let you know more about it at the end of the show. So it's now the next day, and I thought I'd just give you a little review on the Calendar Girls, which I went to see last night at the Lowry in Salford. I'm going to try and do this quick because I've got to pick up my kids in 20 minutes, so see if we can get this done in time. So we went to see the show on its press night, which happened on Tuesday the 16th of January. It was an evening performance which started at 7:30, and the run time for the show was about 2.5 hours. And it had a 20-minute interval. There was no merch for the show except for the programmes. These were £6, but there is no other merch for this show. So for this show we were sat in the stalls. We were on row L, seat 4 and 5, which is a side view. Now the Lowry has really good sight lines, and most of the places where you sit you always get a really good view of the stage. However, for this one, because they weren't necessarily using the whole stage because their set was a bit smaller, a bit of the side was blocked off, and because of where we were sat, some things that happened on the far right you actually didn't see. So sometimes you could hear them speaking but you actually couldn't see them. It didn't happen often. It happened probably 2 or 3 times, so it didn't take too much away from the show, and other than that the view was actually very, very good. So I probably would sit there again, because yeah, it was a good view, other than those few moments where they were off view. But otherwise, like I said, it was only like 2 or 3 times, and the rest of the time everything happened in the centre. So I would definitely sit in those seats again for another show. So if you don't know anything about Calendar Girls, it is based on the 2003 movie, also called Calendar Girls, and the movie was in turn based on a true story. And the musical, actually, when it was first released, was actually called The Girls. It wasn't called The Calendar Girls, it was called The Girls. And it actually had its world premiere in Leeds and also at the Lowry in Salford. So I think it was on in Leeds in I think the end of 2015, and then it was in the Lowry in 2016, and it then went on to the West End, and then after a successful run in the West End, it then announced that it was going to go on tour in 2018, and that's when they announced that they were changing the name of the show to The Calendar Girls. So from 2018 this show has been known as The Calendar Girls, but like I said before, it was known as The Girls. So this musical actually features music and lyrics by Gary Barlow, who you may know from Take That. He was in Take That. So the music and lyrics have come from him, and the book and lyrics have come from Tim Firth, and he actually wrote the play. There's actually a play version of this, and he wrote the play as well. I think he might have had something to do with the film as well. I might have wrote that as well. So he's sort of been involved in all stages of this story. So yeah, he's written the book and lyrics as well. And this show is directed by Jonathan O'Boyle, and it tells the story of a group of women who belong to a faction of the Yorkshire based Women's Institute, and it tells their story of how one of the women has a husband who is ill with leukemia. He does eventually die, and the women of the institute decide that they want to raise money to buy a new sofa in the relative's room of the hospital where he spent a lot of time. And to do that, they decided they wanted to do something different with their calendar this year, and that they wanted to do a nude calendar. So that is what the story is about. It's very emotional story, it's very heartwarming, it's very empowering. It is a really good story, and the story was very enjoyable. I did think the first act of the show was quite slow. I struggled to get into it at first, but the second act really picked up, and it was really good. I really enjoyed the second act. Still enjoyed the first act, but like I say, it picked up so much more in the second act, and I really enjoyed the second act. It was really good. There's still a lot of humour in there, although it is quite sad and quite upsetting in some parts. I think they've got the emotional balance quite right in the show. They'll be a bit sad, and then there'll be some funny parts, and yeah, I think they got the emotional balance really well in this show. So the music in this show, like I said, is done by Gary Barlow, so I was expecting it to be quite poppy and like uplifting and like memorable, but however, that's not the case. The songs are not memorable at all in this show. There's no really upbeat poppy numbers, which if you think about what the show is about, I can see why they've not done that. And the songs that they do have, although not memorable, they do work well with telling the story. And I think probably if they had made more poppy, more upbeat numbers, it would probably detract from the sadness of the story. And I think the songs that are in it, I think they are appropriate for this sort of show. So like I said, although they're not memorable, like I don't really remember many of them other than the one that seemed to repeat throughout, which was the Yorkshire song, which was like the opening number. I think they ended on that as well. Yeah, and they sort of do a sort of reprise of that at the end as well, so that is probably the most upbeat song that's in it. I do really enjoy that one. Other good song was Kilimanjaro. That was a really heartwarming song, a really moving song, so that was really nice as well. So there are some nice songs in there, they're just not that memorable, but like I said, they work well for the show. However, I'm not sure that this story needed the music. I could see it working well as a play, and like I said, they did originally do a play of this, so I'm not really sure if it needs the songs. I'm not sure how much the songs actually give to the show and the story. I think they could have just kept it as a straight play. I don't know, I'd like to maybe see the play and then see this and see if the songs really do are needed. I just got the feeling that they weren't really needed some of the time, and it would have worked well as a straight play. But that's just my opinion on that. So the set for this show was really simple. It was effective though. I did really like the set. It was a static set, it didn't change very much, and it was sort of like, it depicted the community hall where the Women's Institute would meet for their meetings. So it was like a big hall. It had like big high ceilings. It looked a bit barn-like to me, to be honest, but it's like a community hall. They had like a piano prop piece, and they had chairs which they would move around. But then when they were doing the scenes from the hospital, the only thing that they did to create like a hospital scene was they brought some hospital signs that lowered down, and that was the only thing they used to try and make it a hospital scene. They also brought a couch on, so like I said, there wasn't too much scene changes in the show, but to be honest, it didn't need it. This is a show that's based on the characters and their story, and you didn't really need an elaborate set. So I thought what they did with the set, I thought worked well for the show, and I actually quite enjoyed the set. I thought the costumes were good in this as well. I thought they worked well. I thought the lighting was good. And then we come to the cast, and I thought the cast were really good. There's a few well-known names in there from television and stuff. I'm not really a television person, I don't really watch much TV, but I know my husband noticed some people in it. But the cast were brilliant, can't fault the cast at all. They were absolutely amazing. I can't say they were some of them were best vocally, it wasn't the best vocal performances that I've seen, but their acting was excellent. And actually it's probably a good point to go through the programme. I can show you who the cast were. Okay, so this is the programme. So you can see here, oh, if we can focus, there you go. It's on from Tuesday the 16th to Saturday the 20th of January. And we've got some adverts. We've got an advert for Unfortunate, which is on in February to March. So I'm hoping to go and see that because that was really good last year. You've got Birmingham Royal Ballet, Sleeping Beauty on, Frankenstein, 42 Balloons, which is a new musical, which is coming to Lowry in April to May. Chorus Line, Come From Away is on over the Christmas season. And yeah, there's the advert. So here you have a little article. It says from the Women's Institute to the West End. So just saying how the musical came to be. And then here we have the cast list. So playing Annie was Lowry Brett, and she was really good. She played the character whose husband died of leukemia, and I thought she did a great job, especially in all the really emotional scenes. I thought she did a really good job. Singing, I don't think was amazing, but her acting was fantastic. She definitely did really well with the acting side of things. I think some of the high notes in some of the songs weren't great, but like I said, her acting was fantastic. So it says that she became known for her iconic long-running role of Jane Beale in EastEnders, and she's also been in Waterloo Road. She's been in the UK tour of Looking Good Dead, and she's been in the UK tour of Band and the West End musicals such as Les Mis. So yeah, there we go. And then playing Mari, who was like the leader of their Women's Institute group. Her theatre credits include Thunder Girls at the Lowry, the Full Monty UK tour, Grow Up Grandad. Yes, those are the few things that she's done. We then had Maureen Nolan playing Ruth. She's obviously one of the Nolan sisters. She's been in the entertainment industry for over 6 decades. Some of her theatre credits include Blood Brothers. She's also been in Footloose, Peter Pan, Mum's the Word, Naked Truth, the Eva Cassidy Story, and those are some things that she's done. Then we had Lynn Paul playing Jessie. Jessie was one of the older members of the Women's Institute group. So it says Lynn came to fame in the early 1970s as a member of the New Seekers. She's also been in Blood Brothers, and she's also been in Taboo and Footloose. That's some stuff she's done. We then had Helen Pearson playing Celia. Celia's character used to be an air hostess when she was younger. It says Helen's probably best known for playing Frankie in Hollyoaks. She played for over 15 years. She's also been in EastEnders. She's also played Mrs. Johnson in Blood Brothers, so quite a lot of them have played that role. So she's also been in Love Song for Shakespeare. She's been in Educating Rita, and she's also been in King Lear. So that's some things that she's done. We then had Samantha Sager playing Chris. Her theatre credits include The Social, Only Fools and Horses the musical, Into the Woods, Half a Sixpence, Parade, and Company. So she's done quite a few shows, and I thought she was really good. She was really funny. Her comic timing was really good. And yeah, I thought she played that character really well. We then had Honeysuckle Weeks playing Cora. She's best known for playing Sam Stewart in 9 series of ITV's Foyle's War. Her other television credits include Death in Paradise, The Bill, Midsummer Murders, and Have Your Cake and Eat It. It says she most recently appeared on stage in The Best Man at the Playhouse Theatre in the West End. Other theatre credits include Two Roads, These Shining Lives, Witness for the Prosecution, and The Turn of the Screw. We then had Colin R. Campbell playing John. So John is Annie's husband who dies of leukemia. So Colin's theatre credits include To Kill a Mockingbird, The Incident Room, Breakaway, and Romeo and Juliet. So that's some of the shows he's been in, and I thought he played the part really well. Then playing Rod, who is Chris's husband, we have Andrew Turton, and his character is the person who takes the photographs for the calendar. So this is actually Andrew's professional debut. Prior to this, he actually worked as a program manager in the aerospace industry. So yeah, it's a bit of a change of career for him, but he has done like local amateur productions before. So he's done like amateur production of Chitty Bang Bang, Jekyll and Hyde, The Sound of Music, but this is his professional debut. We then have the ensemble members, who have Jane Ashley, who's ensemble, Lucas August as ensemble, and you have Victoria Hay as ensemble as well. So I personally thought the cast worked really well together. You definitely came across as believable friends. You truly believed that these were a group of friends, and yeah, I thought they did a really good job. So here we have this page which has the cast listed here, and you have your understudy list, and you've got your creative team, and then you have the band. And then you have the musical numbers. So in Act 1 you've got Yorkshire, Very Slightly Almost, Very, Hallelujah Silent Night, Very Slightly Almost Slightly. So I've had a little work done, Spring Fate, Scarborough, Time Passing, Very Slightly Almost Almost, Sunflower, Dare, and that's Act 1. And in Act 2 you've got Yorkshire, again, What Age Expects, Mrs. Rebellious, My Russian Friend and I, Kilimanjaro, Dare, For One Night Only, Sunflowers of Yorkshire, and Final. And then you've just got your creative team's biographies. You've got this about the Blood Cancer UK charity, which is what I think they collect for every performance. We've got a page here about the Lowry support scheme, information on pre-theatre dining at Pier 8, which is a restaurant inside the Lowry. You get 2 courses for £27.50 and 3 courses for £33.50. And then you've got some more adverts here. More adverts, and that, I think, and then that is the programme. So yeah, like I said, the cast were really good in this. I didn't think the singing was amazing. They definitely were more focused on the acting in this, but yeah, I didn't think the singing was fantastic, but it was good. It just wasn't fantastic. Some of them did miss some of the high notes, but it was still really good. And like I said, I think all their performance was truly believable. You really believe that they were a group of friends who were coming together to help each other out. So yeah, I thought the cast were really good. Okay, so I'm struggling to rate this show because, like I said, I wasn't feeling it in the first half, and then I really enjoyed the second half. So I'm teetering between a 3 and a 4. I think say a 3.5. Like I said, it was such a heartwarming show. It was empowering, and it's also a very British very British musical. If you love like British musicals, this is a really good one for you. It's very British, and yeah, it was really enjoyable. Like I said, it's heartwarming, it's got a lot of heart. It's very sad in places. Obviously it's people dealing with grief and sadness, and but also showing hope and community and coming together and being empowering. And it's a great show. Like, my husband came with me. A lot of people might think this is more for women. My husband came with me and he really enjoyed it. Like I said, there's a lot of humour in it as well as the sadness. It's a lot of humour. It's very funny. Like I said, it's got that emotional balance really well in the story. And yeah, it was a good show. I did enjoy it. I definitely recommend it. So if you would like to see the show, it is on at the Lowry until Saturday the 20th of January. I will link down below where you can get tickets for the show. I think it is still touring, so I will also link down below the official website where it'll list all the places that it will be touring to. But yeah, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, to be honest. I did enjoy it, and I definitely think my mum would really enjoy it as well. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and review. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.